Oh my God. Why does this spaz keep fucking recording me? I mean, he is such a deprived, jealous little police informant spastic. Like, he sits on YouTube all day, yeah. And I was reading what he was saying, right? And this is why I don't entertain you anymore, Tramadol, because all you do is call the police on people, you little shitbag, right? You've had my address, you put my address like all over my fucking live chat yesterday, and I don't know why you're spamming my address 50 times. You know where I live, so we'll come and do something. Instead of you must have got really mad yesterday because remember what you wrote on your comment? Oh, I'm building up evidence for the cops. You're not getting nothing. I'm gonna make sure you get nothing, you little deprived police informant. That's why I've been ignoring you the past few days until you actually grow a pair of balls and you actually come on someone's door. Just like you've been putting me, well, I don't even know why I'm saying that, to be honest, because you ain't got no bollocks. You're that fucking spasticated, you probably can't even leave your own house. That's why you sit on, that's why you sit on YouTube all day behind a fake account, trying to ruin other people's life with the police because your life is practically over. So, yeah, and I've offered to meet you several times, and you have fucked around by saying, oh, I live here, I live here, I live here, trying to say you live the furthest distance possible, which is bullshit. Like, I have offered to meet you several times. I don't like deprived, sad, sack of shit police informants, narcissistic police informants at that. And every time I've tried meeting you, you didn't want to know. So how can you care so much about fucking women and children and all of these things you go on about if you're not willing to meet me and walk the walk? I'm wanting to meet you, but you don't want to do anything. All you want to do is sit down all day and report people to the police because you're a sad sack of shit. You done the same thing to Monty Man, you sad sack of shit. Building evidence for the cops. You are such a deprived, jealous little boy. That's what you are, right? Just like when I was in fucking Belgium. You want to bring the kid shit up. So when I was in Belgium and you was trying to send the police to my hotel, what was the excuse then? Saying, "Oh, I've got knives. I've got knives." You said you were trying to send police to my hotel by saying to them that I have knives. I mean, imagine being so jealous that someone is on holiday or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you're sat there all by yourself, lonely, and you can't handle it, so you have to try and fucking send the police to people's hotel. And then here's another thing, right? You don't understand. You have actually broken the law yourself. You've admitted to wanting to waste police time, false allegations saying that I've got a knife. You've put me all over TikTok. You've made threats yourself. So you do realise, you spasticated bastard, that you have broken the law yourself, you dickhead, because you've got no minerals and because you've got no balls, not only to come to someone's house, but to actually meet them. The only thing you can do is call the police on people. So that's why I even said to Monty Man, don't give this sad, deprived police informant anything. Like, he just wants you to argue with your family and get high rate so he can call the police because he's a fucking loser. And another thing, right, with this fucking police informant, deprived loser. Look, he's putting my address out there. Like, you'll see that he'll put my address. So you know my address. So come then. And I'm wanting to meet you. Like, you've got such a problem with all, like I said, all this shit. So why won't you accept to meet me? You sad, sad police informant. So a lot of people got pissed off yesterday because obviously I went out and I approached women, showing them the shit that I have to deal with. Because I actually went and I proved the point and I had the confidence to do so. These people don't like it because I've just proved their theory wrong. But here's another thing I don't understand, right? Is you're saying PJ abusing his elderly disabled mum. So that bit is funny because I've been in this house, yeah, for over a month by myself. Calling people out. Oh yeah, come to my door, come to my house, whatever. Right? And instead of coming to my house like a man, you little bitch, the thing you done was you put my mum's address out there. That's what you done. You put my mum's address out there. Like, no one. It's weird. Like, you wanted to put my mum's address out there, which is weird. Like, you knew where I lived all by myself, but you'd rather put my mum's address all over fucking YouTube because you're a fucking coward, little mongo. You will never have the balls to meet anyone, you fat disabled spaz. And you just know behind this account is just some fat disabled joke of a mess. You just know 100%. Look at all that time Police informant. What a little fucking lowlife. Do you know what, mate? If I had such a problem with somebody who I thought was a nonce or whatever the fuck, I would accept their offer to meet them. If they said, oh, I'll meet you, I'll accept it. But you can't, because you know if you meet me, you're just a fat disabled wobbler. That's why you try and ruin other people's life, because you ain't got a life of your own. That's why you're always constantly calling the police on people, because you get owned daily on YouTube. I mean, I'm not a bully, and I don't claim to be a bully, because that's not what I do. That's just sad. But what do you think, right? If you're having to call the police on me, doesn't that mean I've kind of beat you? Doesn't that mean like I've beat you in some way for you to have to call the police on me, for you to physically have to pick up that phone and call the police on me? Don't that mean I've kind of beat you, considering it's over YouTube? And I would say, yeah, the moment you have to call the police on someone on YouTube, they've beat you. Like, in any way you look at it, it's mad. So you want to talk about an elderly disabled mum, yet you're sat there fucking putting her address all over the internet, you sad, thick bastard. With an IQ level lower than a fucking ant. What a fucking disabled mess. Grow a pair of balls, Tramadol, and stop being a sad sack of shit police informant all your life, you mong. And before you call the police on people, note that you've, like I just said, you have broken the law yourself, but yet you still want to go down the police route. It's prop because you get owned. It's kind of fucking mad. Like, that's what they do. Like, I've had it as well, like 2 times, where someone's actually broken the law, and I've proven them to be a liar or something along the lines, and then they've tried to call the police on me when they're the ones that have broken the fucking law. It doesn't make any sense. It's proper weird. Like, you can't have that much of a problem with someone, Tramadol, if you're too scared to come to their house where they live by themselves, and you don't want to meet anyone. So like I said, I'm stopping your shit collection. You're not sending anything to the cops. I'm going to make sure, I mean, the cold approaching video is a cold approaching video. I'm going to make sure that you're not having nothing for the cops, you sad police informant. That was my punishment for you. You don't sit on here, keep thinking you could call the police on people. And I'm not just talking about me. So that's why I ignore you now, and you're going to continue to be ignored. But this video is just basically telling you to get a life, right? And you want to call people an insult, mate, you've probably never had your dick sucked. You've never had your dick sucked in your life, and you're coming on here calling other people incels, virgins, ugly. And another thing is, right, you're saying we must stop him. I've literally told you where I live. I've told you where I live, and I have offered to meet you, and you have refused both times. So I don't understand what you're saying. We, who is we? I'm offering to meet you, and I've offered you to come to my house where I live, and you have not wanted any of it. You've not wanted to come and discuss your problems. You just wanted to be a shitty little police informant all your fucking shitty life. So I don't understand why you're writing there, we must stop him. You fucking sad fucking weirdo. Get a life, Tramadol, you sad police informant.